Field experience. Easterling Primary School. Easterling Primary School is a Title I school. When coming to Easterling, it was easy to pick up what kind of people lived in the area and what it might be like at home. On the first day when coming to the school, all the children were wearing "It's Cool to Be Drug-Free" ribbons. After talking to Mrs. Collins, she explains that lots of students' parents have drug problems, and seeing this on their own child may remind you of why you should be drug-free. Miss Collins' first grade class. Miss Collins' class consists of 20 students. A little less than half of these students are all on IEPs. The diversity in this class consists of a high percentage of African American with just a couple Mexican and Caucasian students. These students were all ones that could relate to Hurricane Florence after being affected. The classroom environment is an enjoyable, friendly place where students are welcomed and ready to learn. From day one, children in the class are taught to follow class rules. If these rules aren't being followed, punishment is quickly followed. Not only is Mrs. Collins their teacher, but a best friend and a great figure that students look up to. The students and herself are always sharing laughs over silly stories or mixed words while they run up to her with hugs. Miss Collins' class schedule. At 7:30 to 7:45, students arrive, unpacking their book bags, go to the bathroom, and sit at their desks and read. After that are the morning announcements, then coming to morning meetings, word work, specials depending on which day of the week it is, like PE, computer, library, art, and music. After that, ELA, which is guided reading, centers, independent reading, writing, and reading out loud. At 11:45 to 12:10 is recess. At 12:10 is lunch. At 12:35 to 2:25, mini lesson, then a closure, guided math, independent, fluency, and pack up and dismiss to go home at the end of the day at 2:30. Miss Collins puts a fuzzy ball inside the jar. When hitting 20 compliments, students will be rewarded with Hat Day, 30 Team Sports Day, 40 extra recess, 10 minutes, and 50 lunch with the principal. Instruction strategies. When it comes to Miss Collins going over her sight words of the week, she picks 12 new words each week and calls on the students to see if they can read them off the board. After that, everyone stands up and spells out the words with Miss Collins. The teacher and the students spell out all these words 3 different times, with every time they are crossing one part of their body. For example, the whole class starts off with crossing and clapping their hands, then to crossing their feet, then lastly to twisting their bodies. The movements of bending your body and spelling helps the students remember the word. The sight words that were used for that week were animal, why, of, some, make, now, said, away, here, call, every, come. Assessments utilized. In Easterling, they used this program called Alexia Reading. Miss Collins has 4 computers in her class, and there is always a student working on this program on one of the computers. This program helps children learn how to read and write at their own level with fun games. Also, the bookshelf in the classroom is organized A through G, with every letter A being the easiest and G being the hardest. All students get 5 books with the reading level that they feel comfortable with and are assigned to read them by Miss Collins. What I learned teaching and reinforcing my career choice. When joining Mrs. Collins' class, I got to see firsthand teaching to such a young age. Also, how much love one teacher has for all her students. Not only did I learn how to control 20 first graders in one room, but that she loves them first, then teaches. Also, Miss Collins was able to show me the expectations of each student's different reading levels and how she is able to be one teacher in a room with 20 students but still be able to work with each student. Seeing a first grade classroom firsthand was amazing, and getting to meet all of these students and seeing what full potential they have was a great opportunity for me and only makes me more excited for when I can have a classroom of my own. Impacted. After seeing the students with the ribbon saying it's cool to be drug-free, it had impacted me for what the situation was like at home. Knowing that one of these innocent children could be in a bad situation at home but think it's normal hurts to know. Just like Miss Collins, I want to be a second mother to them and someone who will always be there for them and care for them. Looking back at my goal from the beginning of the year, I wanted to be the one that helps out the future. After being in the classroom, I never wanted that even more, especially to be the one that all my students can look up to and be there for them if there is any trouble at home. If anything, I want to be a teacher even more than ever after this class, and even found an interest in first grade. Career plan. Once I graduate college, I hope to go back to Massachusetts and look for a job in a poverty town that needs teachers who really care for their students. Getting there, I hope to get good grades and learn more about interacting with children. After that, I will get internships over at elementary schools and eventually my own class. Here are some of the pictures in Miss Collins' classroom. The first one were words using blends, and then the second one on the right are pictures of signs that kids hold up not to disturb the classroom for anything they need.